How old is too old for a babysitter?
Oh my God.
What do you think?
So thinking back in my life, I think I started staying home by myself maybe around 11.
Okay.
That was also back in the early 2000s. I don't know if things have changed. I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
I would stay by myself kind of very early on. At first, it was like I was pretty young. Like I was just told not to touch the stove or answer the door. And my mom was like, I'll be back in 30 minutes to an hour. But when it comes to overnight, I feel like an adult has to be there. So that's why I'm like, maybe. But I don't know. I have a very big discrepancy with this movie because of how much Cole fantasizes about the babysitter and how close in age they are. It's kind of a little meh to me.
Okay.
How about you? How do you feel about them being so close in age, Cole fantasizing about her? So then there's like this big question of whether or not he needs her, but also he has this huge crush on her.
So we have to establish ages. He's 12.
Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
I've assumed that she is in high school because of the friends she brings, but I guess there's a potential she could be older because she is not completely human.
Okay, well, let's take a look real quick. B's exact age isn't stated in the babysitter, but she's an adult in her 20s.
Oh, okay.
As she is a college-age babysitter in the film. So this is AI bullshit, Google. Let's see, Reddit says real quick. In the babysitter, 18-year-old B. So maybe 18? I would say at least 18.
Because she uses the excuse of taking his blood as they're doing a science project.
I won't tell my parents that you guys were having an orgy and needed my blood to do it.
It was for a science project, okay?
The orgy?
No, the blood.
The one girl's clearly a cheerleader and said that she just came back from a game. So I don't know. It doesn't feel like college friends. It feels like high school friends. But
Okay.
But I still think like 18 minus 12, that's 6 years. So that's not that big of a gap.
For those things, it's a huge gap when you're younger, but as an adult, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Right.
So like if like a 30-year-old is dating a 36-year-old, a lot of people aren't going to bat their eyelash at that. But if you say, I dated at 18, dated this 12-year-old, like obviously that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think in terms of Cole like lusting over her, I mean, that's just what a young boy's going to do.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess
that's
so.
just going to happen.
It doesn't matter what age she is, I guess. But
No. So let me ask you this. You nannied for a while, right?
yeah,
Did you ever like babysit a kid that age?
not that age, no.
Okay. What's the oldest you babysat?
Probably like 8 or 9, maybe 10 at the oldest. But
Okay, 10's close. How
yeah,
old
but
were you
I
when
was
you did that?
16. I was probably 16 or 15. So I guess that's about the same age gap. But
Yeah.
the oldest was a girl. So I
Oh,
mean, I
so
guess there's also potential, but still.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I didn't think anything of it. My problem with this movie, honestly, is he seems way older than 12.
Yeah, I thought he was 14 at first. And then eventually he says, I'm 12. And I was like, oh, you're a big 12.
No, you're not. You're not 12, dude. I
Yeah.
acted nothing like this kid at 12, unless kids are just wildly different these days, which maybe. I don't know.
Wait, you thought he was younger? Or
I thought he was older. I thought he was like at least, I thought 15, if not
Oh,
16.
I know. I thought he was 14, but then I guess it makes a little bit more sense because at one point his mom tells him to clean up his toys in the hallway. And I was like, I don't feel like that's normal behavior for a 14-year-old. And then he says,
Yeah.
I'm 12. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the actor and the way Cole acts in this movie doesn't feel like a 12-year-old. Like, to me, how old is Kevin in Home Alone?
Yeah.
That's what I picture a 10-year-old or 12.
Yeah, I think 10 or 12. 10 or 12. I can Google too.
Okay. She's gonna Google now.
Yeah. He is 8
Okay,
in the
8.
first Home Alone movie.
Okay. Maybe I just have no idea what a 12-year-old looks like. I don't know. I just felt like he just seemed older to me, which is why
Yeah.
I was just surprised to hear that he was 12.
Yeah, I think so too. Did you ever have any babysitters that went bad though?
I never had a babysitter, so no.
Never ever?
I had an older sister, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
no. I think anytime I was ever babysat, I was like at my grandma's or my sister just watched me. So no, I don't recall ever having a babysitter.
Fair. I think I only had one once. Otherwise, I was either home alone or with my grandparents. And I guess my parents had like a particularly late night, so they had a friend of the family's teenage daughter watch me. And I think I was kind of used to the whole song and dance of being alone kind of thing. So I remember at one point she fell asleep while we were watching Muppets Treasure Island, and I was like, well, it's getting late. I guess I'll just take a bath and go to bed. Like, and I just went and tucked myself in, and I was
Oh my God.
Goodbye.
You didn't even need a babysitter, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Some more thoughts on the movie, though. The one thing that bothered me the most in the intro is the parents specifically tell Bee and Cole not to get anything on their new rug. And that's where Bee holds her little group meeting to do her satanic rituals and kills sacrifice Samuel.
No, not Samuel.
So what did you think, I guess, about the whole sacrifice scenes and the intro to the cast and everything? Like, they came up with those big blocky letters to introduce all of their friends.
So, some context. I've seen this movie before, only one other time. I really enjoyed it the first time. This time around, I was like,
Really?
I don't know. It was a good time. I really do like all the characters. I actually really like Bella Thorne in this. I don't know his name. The guy from Upload. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Upload.
No.
He's the guy without the shirt all the time. I liked all the characterizations.
Max, I believe.
Yeah, Max. I liked them all. I thought it was interesting. I wish I knew a little bit more about this seance. And all they said is it grants your wishes, I think.
Yeah, so
They
we
just
didn't
get
know what they
want.
were wishing for either.
Like, what do you people want?
Yeah, aside from Bella Thorne's character, Allison was her name. She wanted to get her dream job, apparently. That's what she tells Cole at the end.
I mean, these days you might have to do a blood ritual to get the job you want. So
I'm
I don't blame her.
The gods eat the sacrifice. They are grateful. They give me some of their water. And then I give it to you.
What? Does it work?
No! I mean, yes.
Let's get that book.
Yeah.
She has this book. It's like the book of the devil or something. I'm like, what's it?
And she says there's only one. So the devil trusted her specifically with this book. So.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It's, it's, you don't expect it. It just comes out of nowhere. They're like doing a dare and she's like kissing everyone. And then she just goes, well, bam, with two knives in this poor sucker's head.
I know. I was like, he's the one that seems not part of the group for some reason. And we kind of see her, Cole is doing a little stalky kind of thing. He sees her outside of a store kind of flirting with this Samuel guy and he's jealous. And I'm like, oh, I don't think this is a good thing.
Oh, her seeing Samuel.
Yeah, kind of. Seemed like she was kind of setting him up.
Yeah. Bee's a very interesting character because she seems very nerdy. They have this scene where they're talking about sci-fi characters that they would build a team around, and she's like rattling all these off. Not that say like, if you know sci-fi movies, it means you're nerdy, but she doesn't seem on the outside someone who would care about that,
right,
or anything like that.
Yeah, that was one of my critiques, I guess, or just things that I noticed about her being like the big bad or the villain. I said that she's so unsuspecting because she genuinely seems to care about Cole and she has like a genuine like shared interest with him with the Star Trek intergalactic team building thing.
No, okay, I get it. All right, 1, Kirk. 2, Picard. 3, Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum from Independence Day. 5, Ripley. And 6, are you ready for this shit? A xenomorph egg.
No way.
Yeah.
But then also she's stealing his blood behind his back. So also I did wonder if she had taken his blood before, like, because it seemed like they had done the shot thing before.
Yeah. So a couple thoughts. I think that she does care about him in a roundabout way, because if she didn't, she'd just take his blood. I know she has to keep him alive to keep taking his blood, so I get that. But I feel like she tried to do it in a way that he wouldn't know.
Kind of to protect him in a way, yeah.
Yeah, so I personally always thought she did care for him. Did you think otherwise?
I think that she does, and legitimately only Sacrifice Samuel would have died if he had just gone to sleep and wasn't like curious about what they were doing.
Yeah.
They would have cleaned that up and, it would have been done kind of thing. They would have taken his blood, gone back to sleep.
Exactly.
Gone back to whatever they were doing and he would be asleep.
This is all his friend's fault because she's like, You know she's hooking up with guys while you're sleeping.
Yeah, they're having an orgy. Go watch. Like, what? Excuse me, miss?
And that's the whole reason he's awake, trying to see what they're doing. If she did not say that, this movie wouldn't exist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, girl.
Their relationship would have been fine. But in a way, it sort of has to bookend it because he no longer needs a babysitter after this. And
Right.
it's that kind of like getting too old for those kind of things situation in a dark way.
Yeah. That's just a little dark way. Although I will say this movie, I also view this more comedy than horror. How about you?
Same. There was one jump scare that got me just because I wasn't expecting her is
Allison?
when yes, or no, not Allison actually.
Oh.
It was with B. He thinks that she has left the room and he's trying to figure out a way out. He's like throwing his bed sheets out the window and she like the camera kind of like zooms backwards where you can see behind him and she's standing there and I'm like, "Oh
shit."
oh shit."
Okay. Because I was going to say, there was one part that was actually somewhat suspenseful. He was checking to see if Allison was actually dead because she gets shot in the boob earlier in the movie. And then later she comes back. He's like checking to see if she's alive. And for a long while, he's like trying to hear if she's breathing. And then he like starts to go away and she just jumps awake.
Yeah.
That got me. I was like, oh my God. I was not expecting that.
Well, like, I don't remember the scene where she jumped out, but I know he, like, walks away from where she's kind of sitting on this chair, and then all of a sudden you see that she's not there anymore. So, you know, she was pretending.
Yeah.
But Allison was probably one of my favorite characters, though, just because all of her line reads were really funny.
Oh my god. I've got sacrifice Danielle all over me.
Yeah, she's my favorite out of Did you see the second one?
I haven't. It made me want to watch the second one, but I heard it wasn't as good.
I won't say anything, but
Okay.
yeah, she's my favorite. I like her a lot.
Okay. I did see an interesting Reddit theory, though, about this whole relationship between B and Cole. They suspected or, you know, theorized that it's just a fantasy that him and B are creating. Like when they discussed that their intergalactic dream team would be and who they would use to take on the big bad. It's just another story where Cole can be confident and be the hero, which makes sense as none of the neighbors heard any commotion. The cops never followed up. Only the girl next door knew, but B and Cole already talked about him liking her, so she sort of prepped to be in the story as like his love interest in a way. If you want to make it much deeper than it is at face value, you could say it's a way for B to give Cole the push he needs to be comfortable with his peers and end that chapter of his life.
That's an interesting theory. I
don't think it's that deep, but
no, that's what I'm saying. If you want to take it further than what the movie actually is, then yeah, I could see that. But
yeah,
there's nothing to suspect that's the intention. But that's a really interesting thought, though, because
I just shared it just because I thought it was good. It's going far, but it's good.
It makes sense. I mean, there's so much commotion happening in this movie. There's a fire. Explosion under the house, a car's flying through the air.
The police
people
are called, they kill the police, no follow-up police come.
Gunshots. It's like
craziness. Yeah.
I mean, they do use the cop codes to kind of dismiss them.
Yeah.
But that's a far-fetched thing. But I think this whole movie,
because it takes place almost from like midnight to sunrise, so that's like 6 hours or so. I think using the cop codes would have bought them some time, but not till morning.
Yeah, I think just the way the movie's edited and the tone, it is very just generally outlandish to begin with. So there's that suspension of disbelief throughout generally.
Right.
So I think it's like, yeah, okay, well, the cops are dismissed. Also, maybe, just maybe, it seems like a really well-to-do area, so maybe they're like, oh, like not a lot of crime happens there. Maybe. So they're like, okay.
It's a huge house that they're in, too.
Yeah, the houses around are large, so maybe they're just like, yeah, okay. That checks out. Nothing really ever happens here.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know, but that is an interesting thought. If you wanted to try to stretch it a little bit. I did have a thought really quick, though.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Why are there full-grown tarantulas under this house?
Yes.
Like, where do you live? That was the scariest part of this movie.
Right. I literally put that in my note. In my notes, I was like, your house being a breeding ground for tarantulas, it has got to be a bad sign.
I was curious what you thought about that, because Seriously, that was the scariest part of this whole movie. Is
Yeah.
there's a lot of them, and they're on them while they're crawling under the crawl space. He's trying to hide.
Maybe it's a new theory too that that his parents have set him up so that he's gonna always need someone to look out for him. Like, oh, there's scary things down there. He's like, obviously, you're gonna need someone to watch you.
That's bizarre behavior.
Yes.
Get help.
But I was also a little confused. Speaking of the parents, some things really took me out. Like, I understand when B and Cole talk about how he feels sometimes insecure about being confident and being bullied by his peers. But to throw in that he's also worried about his parents getting divorced just seemed kind of out of left field for me. I was like, I didn't get that sense that that was why they were taking time away.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they typically did that. So obviously he's very familiar with B.
Yeah, the parents were weird just generally because they seemed a little disconnected, but not enough to
Be like,
raise any
oh, they're on the verge of divorce. Like, why would they be going on a trip together when they're about to get divorced?
I don't know. They could have done any other reason for them to not be there.
Yeah, I didn't get that sense, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't add anything to the movie, in my opinion. I think, I don't even know. I don't know what the point was for that.
They do cut to them at one point, I think, trying to like back it up a little bit that they're not really together, where they're having sort of like a Breaking Bad Walter and wife situation where like they're both reading and doing stuff under the covers, like
barely,
just not in it, you know.
Yeah,
with no gusto.
It's just muscle memory at that point, you know. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like, oh, I just didn't get the sense that they were on the verge of divorce. I felt like he had enough to worry about that it didn't need to be added.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't think it was necessary. I don't know if there was some kind of connection they were trying to draw between like adolescent, like you need to grow up kid kind of a thing.
I don't know.
I wasn't added. It didn't add anything for me, at least.
Although it did make me laugh when he called the police when he first like realizes that this whole satanic cult is downstairs.
A guy was just murdered in my living room.
Are the attackers still in the house?
Yes, they're downstairs and having a blast.
How many are there, Cole?
Too many. Can you please get my mom? She's at the Hyatt in the city, living large.
It's like, what?
Cool,
sure.
What? Sure, I'll call her while she's living large.
It was just a funny thing to add on.
That is funny.
I don't know. There's like a few funny moments. Like I see online too that it's kind of split. A lot of people think it's like too cheesy, but I think it's genuinely funny. What kind of doesn't work for me is just every introduction of people with the big blocky letters. I feel like that's too late in the movie already to add it. And then like when he takes a pocket knife, they're like, pocket knife. And I'm like, yeah, I can see it's a pocket knife.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, this is the second time I watched it. The first time I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. The second time I was more on the, this is kind of cheesy. This wasn't as good as I remembered. I don't know if it's just like a one-time watch kind of movie. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I like laughed at all. I was kind of like, huh.
Oh, I still thought it was funny in places, but
it wasn't bad. By any means.
Wouldn't call it like a horror. I think it's more comedy with like just a darker element, like a dark comedy, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really thought it was so funny how they were so supportive of him in between all the attacks. Like, we took your blood, eat the cookie. We chased you out this window. We're so sorry. Take deep breaths, buddy. I'm coming to get you.
Yeah, and that's why I think ultimately they kind of care about him, or in the sense they don't want to be killing a kid, I don't think, but it's just because he saw everything that happened, like, well, fuck, now we kind of have to. It's the situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's why I like Max, because he's like,
I said, are you gonna let that little punk come onto your property, your family's property, and disrespect you like that? Hell no. This is America. You need to wreck his ass.
Are you kidding me?
Get out there and crush that bitch. Go.
And he's like trying to coach him through it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like Max.
I know. He's so supportive. Every time like Cole tries anything against him, he's like, yeah, that's it, buddy. You do this.
I jokingly wrote a note that the bully was the real villain of this movie.
Kind of, honestly.
I'm like, fuck that guy.
He genuinely seemed like he was going to help him out too at first, and then he cracks an egg on his head. And I'm like, oh.
Thanks for that. I'm literally telling you how I'm going to get murdered.
Mm-hmm. He calls him colon cancer or something.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
colon cancer. That's terrible.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Womp womp.
So we're going to take our ratings and grade them on each category out of 1 out of 3, and that'll give us our total rating. Alex, would you like to kick us off with what you had?
Okay. So plot, I gave a 1 out of 3. Suspense, I gave a 1 out of 3. Atmosphere, 0 out of 3. Villain, I actually gave a 0 out of 3. And then I did give it my extra point because I do find it enjoyable overall. So I gave it a 3 total.
Okay. I gave plot a 2 out of 3. Suspense a 1 out of 3. Atmosphere a 0 out of 3. Villain 3 out of 3. Special point as well. I had to give B the full score for villain because I feel like she's such a complex character. So the whole time we were wondering, like, will she just forgive Cole and let them move on from all of what's happened? And then they have this great, like, starting relationship. She is almost like an escape from being suppressed and feeling so, down about himself with his parents and with his peers. So for her to, like, make this 180 turn and be the one that's after him is jarring at times because they have such a good setup.
So you find her that scary that she gets the full points.
Oh, fine. I can lower it.
No, I mean, if you do, that's fine.
I don't
just
find
surprised.
her scary. Like, I wouldn't be personally intimidated, but I think she's just a good big bad in this scenario. I don't think she would, like, okay, maybe I'll lower it to 2. I'll lower it to 2.
I think you're giving her points based on how much you like her, not how scary she is.
Okay, that's fair. I can lower it to 2. I can do that.
You can do whatever you want.
No, it's fine. I don't find her scary. That's true. That's a good point. I don't find her scary. I just think she's a good villain for this scenario. I wouldn't say, like, she should go up against it or all those other monsters.
Yeah, and to be clear, I really like B as a character too. She's very complex, but I'm not afraid of her.
That's true.
Like, take her book away. I mean, she could kill me, but that could be anybody.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm like, sorry, girl. I like you, but you ain't getting no points from me today.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry, B. And honestly, any of them. The one I'm most afraid of is Sonia because she seems crazy.
I love Sonia. She was actually in Pitch Perfect, so I recognized her right away, and I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, she's the beatboxer in Pitch Perfect, isn't she? She has a really quiet voice.
Mm-hmm. And she just says the most nonsensical things whenever you hear her whispering.
Yeah. So if we recalculate your score, that's a 6 then out of 7?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I convinced you.
A 6 out of 13.
Oh, did I say 7? 6 out of 13. I know numbers. We are struggling with math today.
Yes, we are. We are having a moment.
Math is hard. Thank you guys for listening. Of course, you could always use the comment section. If there's a particular movie you want us to cover, please let us know because we'll do it most likely, as long as it's not too crazy.
Yeah, tell us what you like, what you don't like, and feel free to follow us on social media at 13 Degrees of Screams.
We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.